Hello viewers, this is Saurav from Tax Accountants, and today I'm going to cover a topic, and that topic will excite you, and this is somehow affect all of us. I'm going to cover a topic, KiwiSaver. It sounds simple, but let's find out 10 things that are more relevant for KiwiSaver. As we know, 3.3 million people, so majority of New Zealand population is somehow affected by KiwiSaver. So today you will know those things that you may or may not know about KiwiSaver. So let's dig in. So point number 1, regulatory authority. This is FMA, Financial Market Authority. So this is just the regulations. It's a body made by the government who controls the KiwiSaver, and this is done by the Financial Market Authority Act 2011. Maybe not of your interest, but just need to know there is a regulatory authority for managing the KiwiSaver. The second thing is understanding your balance. So when you see the KiwiSaver account, how your money is accumulated. So the first thing is the money that you chip in, so the money that put in by you. The second thing is money that chip in by your employer, so 1 plus 2. So you put in $1, employer put in $2, 2 plus 1, $3. And government subsidies, so government will also chip in some money, but that money that government chip in is pretty small, $521 for a year. That's nothing, right? It's a very small amount they put in, and that's going to change now, but not a major. So let's look at how many people put money into KiwiSaver. So as I said, there are about 3.3 million people in KiwiSaver, but active people in KiwiSaver are 2 million. So 2 million members are actively contributing into KiwiSaver. This is a screenshot I got from FMA report 2024, and as you can see, $11.2 billion contributed within 1 year. So from April 23 to March 24, $11 billion are contributed, out of which 6.9 billion, this one, it's contributed by so $6.9 billion. So $6.9 billion, large amount, that's contributed by the members, and 3.3 billion is contributed by employees, right? And only 990 million contributed by the Crown. What does it mean? It actually means that members are putting more money in. So if you are the member, I'm the member, I'm putting more money in, so I might be doing more than 3%, which is a default contribution. So I might be doing 7%, 8%, 10%, whatever percent I want, but government has made employers to contribute only 3%, so they're only contributing 3%. So employers hence have contributed 3.3 billion, and members have contributed 6.9 billion, but Crown itself has contributed 990 million, almost $1 billion Crown has contributed. Now, how does the performance work? So performance is mainly when we put money in, of course, they are not going to keep that money within themselves. They will invest somewhere, and they might have different areas to invest: international equities, domestic market, Australia, or anywhere else. I'll show you in a minute the screen where they invest. Now, that can go up, go down. Historically, it has been going up each year. It's been 17 years since the start of KiwiSaver scheme in New Zealand. However, last 4-5 years after COVID, 2020 till now, has been some volatility. So it's going up, down, up, down, up, down. Last year has been good, but prior 2 years not been good. So this is how you need to know. It goes up, goes down. So this is called a performance of the KiwiSaver. So when you're looking at KiwiSaver, you're looking at the performance, what performance is doing. The second thing is, it's a milestone reached the KiwiSaver fund, $111 billion. It reached that mark, which is over $100 billion, right? A lot of money, but it's still not a lot. Government want much larger pool than that. So this is a report of FMA, March 2024. We reached $111 billion with active 3.3 million subscriber. As I said before, there are 3.3 members enrolled, but about 2 million do the active contribution. It's still a lot. You can say 50% people of New Zealand pretty much putting money in. So it's basically heart of New Zealand. Everyone knows what KiwiSaver is, and everyone is attached to it. Now you might be wanting to know who contribute into KiwiSaver. What age group is the largest? I found out year 31 to 35 contribute the largest proportion. So 354,000 people are in that category. They are contributing. There is 385,000 people, but they are between 18 to 25. That number, they might not be active contributor to this, but these are the active contributor between 31 to 35 year. So if you are between 31 to 35, you are the one who are actually putting more money in than anyone else. It's just a fact. 3.3 million people are active members. It's a report, screenshot from a report produced by FMA. The fund has gone up from 2023 to 2024 by $11 billion. And it's a money that's been contributed to KiwiSaver. As I said, employee plus employer plus the Crown. There are three people contribute money into that. They contributed 11 billion. Wow, look at this number, 13 billion. So the fund has gone up by $13 billion, which is 2 billion loss from a prior period. It might look very good that fund has gone up by $13 billion, but that's not entirely correct, because the prior year it did go down and it did go down, right? So it's just return on investment on the lost money that's coming back. It seems very good, but that not entirely correct, because we have to offset the losses made in prior year. So what is it? So I did my research and I found out that 50% people invest in growth funds. That's a large number. 50% people invest in growth funds. Roughly 25, you can say, are in balance fund and 25 in conservative fund. I got a screenshot. I'll show you in a minute of that. And this is how it depends on your risk appetite. What is your risk appetite? How much money you want to invest in, and do you want to see that money going down or not? Depends on your risk appetite, where you invest the money in. As I was telling you, growth fund has 50% people, balance 28%, and conservative 20%. So where is this money invested? Have you ever wondered where is KiwiSaver investing money in? As you can see, 39.4% money is invested in international equity. So whenever next time you hear S&P 500 going down, international indexes going down, so what happens? Our KiwiSaver funds goes down. This is the main reason, because 39.4% money of KiwiSaver is invested in international equity, and reason being because 50% people have invested in growth funds. So we got very good and large exposure to international equities. This is where KiwiSaver make money, and this is where KiwiSaver lose money. So what you learn from it is you choose your risk appetite. What is your risk appetite? And based on that, you do your investment. Because when you're going to invest into growth funds, more likely it will be invested in international equities. New Zealand equities do not go up significantly. Australian equities do not go up significantly, but international equities such as Tesla, Microsoft, Apple, all those companies, Japanese companies, Chinese companies, so those companies will go up in value significantly higher. So you got more exposure there. You can make money, but you can lose money as well. So have a look. So you decide, and you do the balanced approach. Are you okay to take that risk? Are you okay if you lose that money? So do your own analysis. And as you can see, Australian equities have 15%, international fixed interest has 17%, New Zealand fixed interest has 12.5%, listed property 2.7. As you can see, we got a very large exposure to international Australia, and international we got a very less money invested here. Now you must be wondering, this is our KiwiSaver, and how does this compare to Australia? This is because we like to compare everything with them. So their fund, as per my knowledge, is $4 trillion. So that is about 1,000 billion, right? And we reached 100 billion mark just now. So they are way ahead of us, but we are not equal size as well. Australian population is much larger than us, so they're 5 times of us. So you compare our 100 billion times that by 500 billion, and we only have 17 years to the scheme. They have been going this for a longer period of time, and their percentage is much higher than our percentage, and they have some compulsory contribution as well, that employers have to do it, employees have to do it. So however, the scheme the government have planned looks like is just announced in the budget that 3% is going to 4%, so 3.5% next year and 4% following year. After that we will go to 4% mark. I won't be surprised if this keep getting lifted. 4% becomes 5, 5 becomes 6, 7, 8, 9, and who knows, 10 in 20 years time. Because the main problem the government has is by 2050, this is one of the research done by Stat NZ, that by 2050, 1 in every New Zealander, so 1, right? So if you're looking at total 5, so 1 out of 5 will need New Zealand super. So if 1 out of 5 New Zealand need New Zealand super, will that 4 people who are paying tax will be able to pay that or not? So to offset that, they want to build, government want to build a larger portion of the fund which can support. Now it's another topic how they can support the fund, because end of the day this money is owned by those members. How government is going to benefit from that? I guess government will get a lot of indirect benefits, such as when we have domestic investments and we are richer domestically, we don't have to go outside and borrow money from elsewhere. Example, if there is any roadway network need to be built and government issue government bonds on that, we don't have to go to international market to look for the buyers. We have buyers here. The fund providers can buy those bonds, and government will pay to fund providers, which indirectly will be paid back to the investors like you and me. So somehow money will stay here, and we will be more reliant on ourselves. We don't have to go outside. So that sort of thing will be more important. And KiwiSaver do support domestic investments and encourage domestic investments. When we get to retirement age, we'll be more reliant on ourselves. We don't have to ask government to help if we need some money. End of the day, if I'm richer myself, I don't need to go and ask, give me emergency benefit, give me some sort of other benefits. I need money if I'm more reliant myself. So this is the view of the government, They want us to be more reliant on ourselves. Now it's another idea and thought that the money that we're investing in, is it going to go down and go up? So that's market. So if you have that thing, I would suggest conservative fund and invest your money there. Now, making the right choice, I always think about the fence. So look at this fence and look at, this is one side of the fence and this is one side of the fence. Like if it's sitting in the middle, this is the fence. So 25% people are in balanced fund. This is per the report 2024. They're sitting on the fence. They're neither conservative nor growth, right? And 25% people sitting in conservative. They said, nah, I don't trust government. I don't trust international market. They're sitting here. But 50% people, it's a large proportion of people, are sitting in growth funds. So as you can see, 50% people are growth. Yes, we want growth. I want my money to grow, and 25% on the fence. They don't know. Should they go to conservative or should they go to growth? They're just sitting here, and 25% conservative. So you look where you fit in, here, here, or here. And based on that, you make your own decision. Now this is the fund I'm telling you. 50% people sitting in a growth fund, 28% sitting on a fence, and 20% conservative, 2% don't know. It's just a default fund sitting waiting to be allocated. Now this is per the FMA 2024 report. This is correct version of the data. That's about it. I hope you learned something about KiwiSaver today. The interesting point for me to know how we compare ourselves to Australia, our 100 billion mark versus their $4 trillion, plus how KiwiSaver can be used and how 50% people are sitting on a growth side and 25% on conservative side. Balance on the fence. You decide where you want to be and how it fit in your financial planning. Thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe to our channel. This encourages to make more videos like this. Thank you.